Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Geek Out and Speak Out. My name is Geeks. So here we are again. What am I going to talk about this time? Well, last time I spoke about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Well, today, literally about 45 minutes ago, I got back from the cinema from watching Ghostbusters. No, not Ghostbusters. That was the last time. I'm going back in time here. No, scratch that. I went to see Godzilla and King Kong. Godzilla times King Kong, Godzilla and King Kong, Godzilla Kong, I don't know. But Godzilla and King Kong, I went to see that. Now this is a funny old franchise. The original, the reboot of the reboot of Godzilla, way back in, I think it was 2013. They restarted the MonsterVerse, let's call it that. And the original Ghostbusters, I keep saying Ghostbusters, King Kong film was actually very realistic, very grounded. If this thing happened in real life, this is probably what it would look like, and it was good. And then they carried on with Godzilla and King of the Monsters, started to get a little bit bigger and a little bit more bombastic with Ghidorah and Mothra and then Godzilla versus King Kong, which brings in super technology. It brings in Mechagodzilla, spoilers, Mechagodzilla, and two kaijus beating the hell out of each other and destroying cities. It started off, the MonsterVerse really started off grounded, but now it's kind of gone into science fiction, and that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is about giant monsters beating the hell out of each other. I mean, what more can you get than that? But this does lean very much into like ultra technology, kind of like Marvel technology. They've got machines and crafts and things you would never see in the real world, and it's fine. A lot of people that I know have been like, they've got spaceships and all this other stuff. Well, fine. Like I said, this is about giant lizards and giant apes beating each other up and beating up other monsters. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, get that rant out of the way. What did I think of the film? Well, I like the MonsterVerse. Right from the Godzilla 2013, I think it was, right the way through to Godzilla and King Kong. I like Kong Skull Island as well. Let me just clarify that. I thought that was a really good reboot after Peter Jackson's attempt in the early 2000s, I believe. I'm getting my dates all mixed up. This is because I'm unscripted and unprepared for this. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, so Godzilla and King Kong. That's what I went to see. Much like the big, summer blockbuster films, you don't watch these films for the story, for the plot. Much like Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, you don't watch them for the story, for the plot, for the characters. You just watch them for the spectacle. And if that's one thing this film had, and it was spectacle. My biggest criticism I could probably say about the MonsterVerse, as it's affectionately called these days, is that there just wasn't enough of the big beasties beating the hell out of each other. When it did happen, I mean, I loved it when Ghidorah and Godzilla locked horns or claws in King of the Monsters, and I loved it when Godzilla and King Kong bashed each other's brains in Godzilla versus King Kong, and I loved all that stuff. When it happened, it was incredible, and that, but it just wasn't quite enough. I think they were going in the right direction with King Kong versus Godzilla, and this one it can't be 20 minutes before you see monsters fighting each other. It's amazing, and I think that's the right way to go, people. When you make these films, when you got a film about Godzilla, you got a film about King Kong, all you want to do is see these beasties beat other beasties' asses. Pardon my language, but that's all you want to see, and you see plenty of it in this. There's no shortage of kaijus in this. There's no shortage of big roars and atomic breath and Kong swinging his big old axe. and it was fantastic. You know, it's, again, I'm spoiling it already. You know, I'm going to say it before I finish this video, before the end of the video, but I did enjoy this film. Again, MonsterVerse, big fan. I like Godzilla, I love King Kong. You know, again, story. I'm not going to get bogged down with the story and the bad acting. You know, it's just, in my opinion, that isn't what counts. You know, they go into the Hollow Earth. They spend a lot of the film in the Hollow Earth, if you know what the Hollow Earth is. The world underneath this world, but still on Earth. I don't know where this Hollow Earth thing is, but it's definitely underground. And we share this world, this topside world with the Hollow world, and I don't know, it's all kind of mythological and all this other jazz. Anyway, all we want to get to is just beasties fighting beasties. For me, Kong is a legend. They've done really, really well with Kong. They've almost made him like an action hero. He's just a badass, and he doesn't disappoint in this one. They do manage to convey an awful lot because he doesn't speak. He signs. He does a bit of sign language. He did it in King Kong vs Godzilla, but you know, they've made Kong very cool, very slick. He's he's a bit of a hard. I won't say hard man, but he's not a man. He's an ape. A bit of a hard ape, but he meets his match in this one, at least for a little while, when he comes across another ape called King Scar. No, Scar King. Sorry, Scar King. And he's a different kind of ape, a lot more rangy, a little bit smaller, a bit rangy, but he can fight. And they have a couple of really good epic moments when they just kick the crap out of each other. Again, sorry for the language, but they do beat each other up pretty good. And Godzilla, he's just a rage machine. You see him, even though he's a quote-unquote good guy, I can't do it with both hands. Good guy, he just doesn't care about humans. At least Kong cares about humans, but Godzilla, he don't give a damn about it. All he wants is to sleep and fight other kaiju. And when he's sleeping, he's fine. He sleeps in the Colosseum, and then when he gets up, he walks away, just destroying bridges and, probably killing hundreds of people every time he walks out of Rome, because that's where he sleeps, in the Colosseum in Rome, as you do. And he's just a rage machine, and it's kind of a good counterpoint to King Kong being, they're kind of, it's like a buddy cop thing, but the two actually don't come together till near the end of the film. And I have to say, when they do come together, I gave a bit of a whoop. I was excited. It was a proper kind of action monster movie moment, and it's really, really good. There's a few continuity moments in the film which doesn't quite add up for me. I'm not going to ruin it, but there's a titan. I've been calling them kaijus, but they're titans. Titan that comes back in this one that was dead. I don't know. They didn't give an explanation as to how it came back or why it came back. Well, they gave an explanation how it comes back, but they just don't know. It's dead. But anyway, again, let's not get bogged down with the not so clear stuff. If you want to watch a film that's fun, doesn't take itself very seriously, and you just want to see carnage, destruction, like the last half an hour of that film, the big fight in Rio de Janeiro, that's where the big epic tag team match between 4 kaiju, 2-on-2. I'm not going to tell you who the fourth one is, but you need to find that out for yourself. It does tease it a little bit in the trailers, but there is a tag team match in this. I would think that maybe they're just gearing up for WrestleMania or Monster Mania, I don't know. But it is 2-on-2 at the end, and it is pretty cool. And again, as they do with these films, they've set it up for another sequel. And I think, judging from what I've seen over the weekend just gone, I think they probably will be making another one, because it has knocked Dune Part 2 off the top, and it's earned a lot of money just at the opening weekend. So I think there probably will be another one. What would I rate this? It's an entertaining film. I enjoyed it. It's one of those ones, just switch the brain off. It doesn't require a huge amount of thought, and sometimes it just calls for those kind of films. So I'd rate this pretty high. maybe an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. You know, there's some inconsistencies, some continuity issues with this film and the rest of what happened in the Monsterverse previously, but who cares about that? Like I said, you don't watch these films for the plot or the story or continuity. Who needs that, eh? But entertaining film, epic as hell, it really is. You see some stuff you haven't seen before and set up for a sequel. Hey, if they do another sequel, I'll definitely be going to watch it. Anyway, I'm going to go and edit this video, and hopefully I would have got the time down from half an hour to about 15 minutes. I'll be happy with that, but we'll soon find out. Thank you for watching. If you want to go and watch these films, please do. I guarantee you'll be entertained. You may have gathered that I shot the Ghostbusters video and this video back to back, so I'm going to be putting them both on my YouTube channel very, very soon. So please watch and keep watching, and hopefully there'll be some other videos coming very soon. Thanks. Bye.